Hi, I'm Randall, and in this tutorial, I want to talk just a little bit about the background of some of the listening activities and actual topics that have gone into the creation of my listening activities. I think you can best see this by looking at my favorite activities, going over to listening activities, scrolling down to Randall's favorites. When this opens up, you'll have a list of different activities that I've really enjoyed. And first of all, one of the things that I wanted to include in my listening activities were children's voices. Often you don't hear children's voices in many commercially prepared language learning materials. So I wanted to include my family. I wanted to include voices of children. You can look at some of the examples: enjoying the zoo with my son when he was 4, reading time when my daughter was 5, and again, many of these were recorded when they were little. Saving the planet. My daughter talks a little bit about how to protect the environment. I think that's important. Exotic Animal Kingdom was our son Josh, who talked about his bearded dragon. So that was one of the reasons why I use children's voices, is just because you don't hear much of those. Next, I included a variety of conversations that I just wanted to make humorous, that would be fun to listen to, enjoyable. A lot of people have talked about how they like some of the listening materials. For example, just a haircut, please. Actually, that is me using 2 different voices. I wanted to talk about getting bad haircuts. First date is one of my favorites with one of my daughters. Another one is car repairs. My brother and I did that one, talking about going to a mechanic and just things just turn out terribly. And then I created a lot of conversations that really have made me think. One on funerals and expressing condolences, having lost my mother and lost a son. What do you say to people when someone dies? Cancer treatment. My father had colon cancer, and so I was trying to think of language that you could use when someone is struggling in that way. Drug addiction, suicide prevention. Our son Josh died by suicide, and so I wanted to just be open about that, because many people struggle with depression and just loneliness. And then I created a number of conversations that are just kind of silly. My brother and I made one called Joe's Hamburger Restaurant, of these crazy spicy burgers, budget hotel rooms where you go to a hotel and boy, the service is terrible. Or roadside assistance. My brother and I did this one where there's a taxi driver and the woman is having a baby in his car on a busy highway. And then at the very end of this page, I have a list of conversations that I created years ago, but are still important and relevant. For example, a story to remember. I recorded about 20 years ago on an alien, a Haley alien that could speak English. Have another one on wartime struggles and difficulties, on senior citizens, and so forth. So again, a lot of the recordings that I've created over the years have focused on my own experiences, how society has evolved and changed. And I think that I will continue to create new activities based on my own experiences and those interests that people have. Thank you.